This is the hardest video we've had to film. Yesterday we were talking about a 2000 square meters warehouse. Today we are throwing away everything we've worked for in this room.
Everything is contaminated or dried up. It's a total loss.
If you've been following D&D Mushrooms for a while, you know we always try to show you everything. The wins, the mistakes, and everything in between. This week has been one of our biggest setbacks yet. Because what happened here didn't just cost us a harvest. It forced us to ask a much bigger question. Is building a business around fresh mushrooms actually the smartest path for us?
So, what actually happened? A few days ago, our humidifier actually stopped working. Normally, this is already bad enough, but this happened during one of the hottest weeks we've had here in Belgium. The grow room just couldn't recover, and our lion's mane dried out. Watching weeks of work disappear like that is just painful. But honestly, that's not what this video is about. That's just what happened this week. The bigger story started long before that.
When David and I started D&D Mushrooms about a year and a half ago, we started with a simple vision. We wanted to grow amazing mushrooms, supply restaurants, sell at farmers markets, and build a business around something we genuinely love. And to be honest, we still do. Harvesting a lion's mane is still one of my favorite moments of the week. Seeing chefs turn our mushrooms into incredible dishes never gets old. So this isn't a video about us falling out of love with fresh mushrooms. It's about something we've slowly been learning while trying to build a business around them.
Over the last year and a half, we have been testing a lot of different things. Fresh mushrooms, grow kits, lion's mane powder, and tinctures. We also have been going to farmers markets, and although we didn't really realize it at the time, we were collecting data. Every market, delivery, and supplement order taught us something. Every failure and every success slowly started painting a clearer picture. When the humidifier first broke, our thought wasn't about the fresh mushrooms. It was about everything what we've experienced in the last year and a half. I started thinking about where our time actually goes. Growing, driving, delivering, trying to keep the mushrooms in perfect condition. And I kept asking myself one question. If we were starting D&D Mushrooms again, knowing everything what we've learned so far, would we build exactly the same business? Honestly, I don't think we would.
One thing we underestimated was how much about mushroom farming isn't actually about growing mushrooms. Growing them is the fun part, but after harvesting, the clock starts ticking. Fresh mushrooms only stay fresh for a limited amount of time, and that means every delivery counts. And it has to be perfect. No bruises, no delays. Because if chefs are paying for a premium product, they expect premium quality. The problem isn't restaurants, the problem isn't customers. The question we've been asking ourselves is this where our time creates the most value? Take this mushroom for instance. If it isn't looking good enough to sell, we can still use it to use supplements. So we saw that part of the business as waste management. But because of all the challenges we faced with the fresh mushrooms, we are looking very differently now to this part of the business. Not because supplements are easier, they are not, but because they solve some problems that we've been running into over and over again.
Every business has difficult problems. Fresh mushrooms have difficult problems. Supplements have different difficult problems. The question isn't which ones are harder. The question is which ones are worth solving. When we started looking at everything together, especially scalability, it slowly started feeling like supplements gave us the better opportunity to build the kind of business we want to build. Not overnight, not because of one bad harvest, but because every month we learned a little more.
The nice thing about supplements is that we can reach people all across Belgium, instead of constantly racing against the shelf life of fresh mushrooms.
That doesn't mean we're quitting fresh mushrooms. Far from it. We'll always keep growing them. We still want restaurants serving fresh, beautiful lion's mane. Fresh mushrooms is still the foundation of everything we do. But if we want to have the strongest version of D&D Mushrooms, we might have to change where our focus is going.
At the end of the day, this isn't about choosing the easier path. Building a supplement business won't be easy either. It's about choosing the path that makes the most sense with the money, time and resources we have today. Because if we can build a stronger business, we can keep doing what we love for much longer.
And we also want to be honest with you. We're not making this video because we figured everything out. We definitely haven't. We're making this video because this channel has always been about documenting what we were learning about the business. This is simply one of the biggest decisions we had to make since we started. Because we're starting to realize more and more that growing medicinal mushrooms ourselves and producing supplements with them is our biggest moat. That's why we are thinking about starting growing reishi as well. We're curious to know what you think about this path that we're taking.
And maybe the timing couldn't be better, because later today we are meeting someone who's interested in placing a pretty significant supplement order. If that meeting goes well, it could be another piece of evidence that we are moving into the right direction. If you want to see how that meeting went, stay tuned for our next video.